Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Printed Word Bookstore in Portsmouth, VA. I'm your host, D Nice, over here, and welcome to yet another episode of Bookstore Shenanigans. On today's episode, we're kind of resetting and refreshing. It is no longer February, so it's no longer Black History Month, and so I don't really have a theme, and so I apologize in advance. This is going to be a mobile Bookstore Shenanigans because I've decided to bring you guys into my world because I really do need to start looking at our shelves. Not necessarily like, look at all the books that we have, guys. I'm not going to be able to read all of these books. I'm not going to be able to read even a tenth of these books. But what I do want to start doing is just start familiarizing myself with the books that we have on our shelves, just by the titles and like maybe subtitles and maybe reading some of the backings and stuff, just to get a better idea as to what is sitting on our shelves currently. Because we have people that come in here and ask for recommendations or ask for where certain books are, and I can have a general idea, but it's very difficult if I haven't like laid my eyes on it. So it's a lot easier to find something. Like the other day, somebody came in asking for a New King James Bible, and because I had recently laid my eyes on it, I was like, wait a second, I've seen that before. And I was able to go almost like directly to it because it wasn't where our Bible resources are. So stuff like that would be very useful. So as someone who is not nearly as well read as Miss Tara, who is the owner of the Printed Word Bookstore, this is something that I am starting to do to better familiarize myself with the world of books, to become better well read, or at least know what's on our shelves so I get a gist as to like, you know, how to recommend stuff for people, how to find things for people, because we have a lot of stuff on our shelves right now. So I'm going to show you guys. We're going to start today very easy, very slow, hopefully very short, with bios and memoirs. Okay, so here we are at our bios and memoirs section. So these are all of our pre-loved books right here, or some of our pre-loved books. The new books that we have are on these two shelves right here. Pretty much everything else is used, pre-loved, whatever you'd like to call it. So we're just going to start by looking at just a few of our bios and memoirs. So for those of you who have horrible vision like me, I apologize. Like I said, I'm going to be mobile. I'm going to be moving a lot. You might not be able to see very well because I'm still getting used to this, but I just want to give you guys a glimpse as to what is on our shelves right now and what type of stuff that I have to familiarize myself with just in case somebody asks. So this is our bios and memoirs shelf, and it also encompasses this top section right here. Not these necessarily, but this top section right here. So this is very like bios and memoirs, history, religion, nonfiction stuff, guys. So very educational stuff, very grown folk stuff right here. So from what I can see from just the top, we have 42 Faith, so that's sports. I feel like we have quite a few bio/memoirs about, I would say, a lot of musicians. As you can see, a lot of musicians that we have over here. Lots of activists, civil rights activists, women's rights activists, just move makers, people who really made a difference in our country or in the world. And I feel like we also have quite a few politics stuff. So we have political books as well. So that's interesting to know. So now I'm getting a gist of like the types of bios and memoirs that we currently have on our shelves. So that's good to know. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. Mr. T said he read this one, A Long Way Gone, Memoirs of a Boy Soldier. And this one right here, what is this? A Time for Remembering, the Ruth Bell Graham story. Okay, so a wonderful pairing for this book right here would obviously be Just As I Am, the autobiography of Billy Graham. That would be a beautiful pairing for this one right here of A Time for Remembering by the Ruth Bell Graham story. So natural pairing right there. So I at least know that. So like I said, a lot of musicians. We got Jay-Z over here, Jackie Robinson. So we have a couple of sports stuff on our shelves right now. But I will say I've recognized we have a lot more sports biographies and memoirs in our new nonfiction section. This is the pre-love section. So this is all stuff that was donated or we got used. So I actually think we have a lot more sports people over there. Another little thing that you guys might not know is that obviously we do a great job of utilizing the space that we have and like really cramming all the books that we have in there in a nice and neat fashion. But sometimes, especially right now, we have some overflow in the back. And so that's also why I have to do this, because I'm not going to show you guys all the books that we have in the back right now, but because we have books in the back, it's like people would ask for recommendation, and then we only see what we see in the front here. But there's also, as you can see, there's just plenty of stuff. Donna Summers is back there, you know? So somebody wanted Donna Summer. I might not recognize it looking here, but if I go back there, boop, there she is. So that's another thing that's important for me to get used to, is the fact that we have books on books on books. So we have books behind the books that we have. So I'm not even going to get to those with you guys, because like I said, we're just doing a brief look over of the type of stuff that we have. So hopefully you guys are seeing some of the titles. Oh, we have Maya Angelou. Very lovely. Very prominent figures, obviously, if they have biographies, autobiographies, and memoirs. We have Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Pulitzer. What is this? A Life in Politics, Print and Power. Okay, give me. It's very difficult to do this with one hand, guys. Okay, so this name I recognize because I see Elin Harris's name all over our shelves, because we have so many other books. So many. So this is important to know that, because we have so many of their books on our shelves right now. The Soloist, I saw that movie. That was actually a pretty good movie. So yeah, it's just very interesting, the types of books that we have on our shelves, and just taking my time to start reading the titles. Okay, so now I know we have a book about Obama and his presidency. We have a book about Bill Clinton. We have a book about Colin Powell. So it's just starting to form that that file system in my own mind, so that when people come in, right, I already have some idea as to what we currently have on our shelves, so that it's easier to help them find exactly what it is that they are looking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Bookstore Shenanigans. Now you know exactly what we have on our shelves as far as bios and memoirs are concerned. Like I said, I don't really have a theme going into the month of March, but I really would like to give you guys a better look as to what we actually currently have on our shelves, so that, because some people don't necessarily know exactly what we have because they've never physically been here. So for those of you on the interwebs who would like to take a step into my world here at the Printed Word Bookstore in Portsmouth, VA, I want to do that for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of our Bios and Memoirs section here at the Printed Word Bookstore. Once again, I am your local bookstore clerk, D&Ice over here at the Printed Word Bookstore in Portsmouth, VA. Have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day.